Hello and welcome to EUFOREA TV Breaking News. My name is Dr. David Bull. I'm a medical journalist and I'm back once again as your host for this, our second show of December 2020. Despite the high prevalence of asthma, respiratory allergies and chronic rhinosinusitis in Europe, and the profound impact it has on patients' quality of life, there remains a major unmet need to have the patient's voice heard in Europe. The expert teams at EUFOREA therefore launched a very active European Patient Advisory Board with real patients that are willing to join forces with all stakeholders involved in respiratory care to optimise that care. In a minute, I'll be talking to Mrs. Nellie Claes and Mr. Thijs Teeling, who both sit on the board, about why they're involved and the benefit that it confers. The goal of the Patient Advisory Board is to better understand the needs of patients, the emotional and financial impact of the illness, and to raise awareness at a political level whilst working on novel solutions for timely access to treatments. So, to tell us more, I'm delighted to be joined by the chair of the EUFOREA Patient Advisory Board, Mrs. Nellie Claes. Tell me, what does it mean to you to be part of the EUFOREA Patient Advisory Board?
I appreciate the possibility to interact with experts in the field and the possibility of interaction with international patients suffering from asthma, respiratory allergies and chronic sinus disease, because we all share the same concerns, the same frustrations and the same hope for better care in the future.
So, Naila, perhaps I could ask you, which EUFOREA programme do you appreciate the most?
I've been involved in sharing my experience on the shortcomings of current care pathways, which gave me the opportunity to share my frustrations with a community of physicians and patients, and I really hope it helps them to seek better medical care for everyone with our disease. That is the dream of every patient who is a member of the EUFOREA team. In order to receive more attention for our condition, I want to be the voice of each and every patient.
Well, Naila, thank you so much for all the hard work you do for the Patient Advisory Board. It really is fantastic to see you, and I wish you a great deal of success. Thank you very much indeed to Naila Claes there.
Thank you. It was a real pleasure, Dr. Bill.
Well, let's hear from another member of the board now. Mr. Thijs Teeling is not just a member of the EUFOREA Patient Advisory Board, he is also current chair of the Dutch Nasal Polyp Association. Thijs, it's really good to see you. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. Let me start by asking you, what does it mean to you to be part of the EUFOREA Patient Advisory Board?
Thank you very much. And of course, it's an honor for me to be here, so it's really a pleasure. Well, I suffered from chronic sinusitis. I had severe allergic problems, and I underwent several surgical operations without any improvement. So for years, I really had a bad life regarding breathing and my nose, until I had a severe asthma attack and I was unconscious in the hospital. And then the respiratory clinician coupled me to the ENT doctors, and this combined approach has changed my life.
Well, that's a fantastic story. I'm delighted that you're actually better. You talk very much about the fact that, you know, the treatment has changed your life. So, given that you're now on the advisory board, what do you think is needed to make sure that everyone gets optimal care?
So I think if you really want to have good optimal care, there's one thing which I think important is an understanding of this disease by all clinicians. I've seen a lot, and I know that the first reaction was very often, well, everybody had a snotty nose. Nothing, it's not important. It's you have to live with it. I learn now you do not have to live with it. So I think if you want to improve this, education of the clinicians is an important thing. And I think personalized follow-up and coordination of care
Well, perhaps I could ask you then, Thijs, which EUFOREA programme do you appreciate the most?
Well, if you take in the EUFOREA homepage, you see a lot of activities. But if I look, what I liked the most was working together on the setting up the guidelines for the nasal polyps. That was EPUS 2020. And that was something where I, in the beginning, was wondering what I'm doing between all these experts, because I'm sitting there, and although I know something about medical technology, I'm definitely a unknown guy in all these treatments. But after a while, I found out that those experts were really interested in the view that we had as patients.
Well, I think your work on the Patient Advisory Board is really important. Thank you very much for doing that. And thank you very much indeed for talking to me today. Thank you to Thijs Teeling.
Thank you very much.
An insightful chat there. Thank you very much indeed to both my guests who've provided invaluable insight into the work of the EUFOREA Patient Advisory Board. It really is a vital cog in ensuring clinical care constantly evolves and improves. Now, you can find more information about the EUFOREA Patient Advisory Board on the euphorea.eu website, where you can also sign up to receive the latest news via email. You can also follow us on Twitter. The address for that is @EUFOREA. But that is it for this show. See you soon, and thanks for watching.